everybody, welcome back to another video. Today in this video we will be talking about the Leafs game. And yes, it did unfortunately lose. And yes, they did choke. But they're on a 4-game winning streak and their record is still best record in the league. I'm not going to do my usual type of videos because I don't really feel like... Because basically what I do is that I watch back the highlights of the game and then use stuff also from my own memory and type down an entire script, which usually takes between 30 minutes and an hour to do, and I don't want to do that right now. And also, I don't know where my jersey is right now. I think it's in the wash, so that's why I'm wearing my sweater, just a normal sweater. But yeah, I'll get into it. So like literally right off the puck drop, it's like all Leafs right throughout most of the first period, and they get rewarded for putting in the effort early. Matthews gives it into the slot to Marner. Marner shoots it over Carey Price. It's in. 1-0 Leafs early on. I'm like, easy dubs, boys. Easy dubs. Let's just reel this in. Let's sweep Montreal the series, and let's move on to Ottawa. But yeah, and also this is another thing important to note. Goalies this game, huge. If you're a Leafs fan getting mad at Frederik Andersen for this loss, you are delusional. The Leafs let 30 shots go against them again, which means Frederik Andersen had a 900 save percentage. And in my opinion, if you had a 900 save percentage or above, you either had a good game or an okay game. Frederik Andersen he played well tonight. That's all I'm saying. So did Carey Price. Both goalies played magnificent tonight. It sucks that the Leafs lost, but it's whatever. So now, throughout the second, yet again, battled the goalies. Goalies making beautiful saves left, right, and center. No complaints with Fred D. Offense, but like it's not even the offense's fault. It was they were down the ice, getting good scoring chances, but they just couldn't finish, which is very unfortunate. But shit happens. And now the third period begins. The Leafs played well in the first, very balanced in the second, and then the third. It was all Canadians. Like, seriously, all Canadians. And then, I don't know the exact time, but a cross crease happens. And when a cross crease happens, it usually ends up being a goal. Canadians tie it up, and I'm like, that's okay. We just push it into overtime and get a point. Then, with 3 minutes to go, Gallagher tips the puck in. At first I thought it was a high stick, but I'm going to be honest, it wasn't. It was a fair goal. I'm not going to be like, how dare they missed a call on the Leafs, the league is screwed. To me, from multiple camera angles, it looked like it was a high stick, but then when you saw like an actual good camera angle, it turned out it was fair play. Whatever. Fair goal. Canadians are up 2-1. I'm such an idiot. 2-1 on the Leafs with 3 minutes to go. The Leafs cannot score. The game ends 2-1 Canadians. Okay, so now next up, I guess I'll talk about who I thought had a good game. I'd say Frederik Andersen, Austin Matthews, the whole forward core, and Frederik Andersen, Carey Price, and the Canadians forward core and defensive core had a good game. The Leafs defense was okay. It not necessarily had a bad game, but not a good game. It was a really, really good game. I will say that 100% honestly. Even though I hate the Canadians, they played well tonight. I'm not going to say they deserved the win. I feel like both teams deserved to win that game, and the Canadians ended up on top of that. Okay, so now we're going to be going over my predictions for, well, there's no Canadian NHL games for February, for Valentine's Day, right? So I won't be going to that. I'll be skipping right to February 15th. We're going to be starting off with the Leafs and Senators. I'm going to say Leafs take this one 3-0. I don't know why I had to think about that. I'm going to say Tavares, Charles Boyd if he plays, and Morgan Riley. But one thing I would like to say, I came downstairs just totally by chance because I play a lot of video games. I go downstairs to get something to eat, like lunchish, because I had a late lunch. I come down and see the Ottawa Senators score a goal against the Winnipeg Jets to win the game with 8.2 seconds left in the game, bro. I was like, oh, Ottawa took the lead. I was like, oh, Ottawa scored, probably tied up the game, or I don't know, they're losing. And then I see, oh, they tied the game up. Oh, they took the lead with 8.2 seconds left in the game, and I'm like, oh, poor Winnipeg, man. It's weird because Ottawa has beaten, I think, the top 3 teams in the Canadian division. They beat the Leafs first, the Habs second, and now the Jets. They haven't beaten the Oilers, Canucks, or Flames, which, as I said, I find weird. It's like the Detroit Pistons, because like they don't play well against worse teams, but when they come to playing the best teams, they win. Now, next up, Jets and Oilers. Oilers started picking up the slack a little bit. Hopefully they overtake the Canadians and the Canadians don't make the playoffs, which I can laugh at because that'd be fucking hilarious if they were in first in the league in a shortened season and they don't make the playoffs. Woo! That'd make my year. So the Jets and Oilers. I'm going to say Jets take this one. I'm going to say it's going to be a close game, high-scoring game at that. I'm going to say 5-4 for the Jets. I'm going to say Scheifele gets 2. Neil Pionk gets 1. Blakey Wheeler gets 1. And Pierre-Luc Dubois gets 1. The 4 for the Oilers will come off a hat trick from Leon Draisaitl. I know I call a lot of hat tricks. I'm going to get one right eventually. I swear. That's 3, and then I'll say 1 for McDavid.